What's up, guys? Chef B here, coming at you with another video. Today we're going to be making one of my personal favorite foods, sausage biscuits and gravy. Now in this video we're going to focus on the sausage gravy aspect of it, since most of the time, if not all the time, I buy the biscuit dough ready to rock and roll in the grocery store. You can find it in the refrigerated section. Place that I shop, it's right by all the cheese and whatnot, but that's beside the point. Let's dive down, see what we're going to need for the sausage gravy. Alright guys, here's what we're going to need. We will need roughly 2 tablespoons of flour, 1 pound of the sausage out of the skin. You can buy it in the grocery store. I get the Jimmy Dean's brand, but you can use whatever brand you want. I've heard Bob Evans is also very good. And that's where I shop. It's sold near like the hot dogs and all that kind of stuff. Near the bacon as well, I believe. And then, last but not least, we will need 2 cups of milk. Now, I always start off with 2 cups because it's a good place to start, for one, and also I can gauge from there if I want to add more to make it a little bit thinner or not, and I want a really thick gravy. And of course we're going to need salt and pepper. Now you might notice a Ninja blender right there. That's actually a new little toy that I got. Might do a review on it, might not. If you want to see a couple of review videos, I do have a couple in mind. Post in the comments below if you want to see those. Now, without further ado, let's go get her cooking. We are at the stove top. I got our pan nice and hot, probably over medium-high heat. You want to get a nice browning on the sausage. You're going to kind of chop it up a little bit so it browns faster. I know you guys probably don't even care that I'm chopping it up, but it's what I do, so I figured I'd show you every step. Hear that nice sizzle? That's what you want. You want a nice hot pan when you add the sausage in. And what that's going to do is brown the sausage nice and evenly. Squish it around a little bit. If some gets stuck on the bottom, you can always just scrape it off. But you want to have some stuck to the bottom because it'll create nice little bits that you scrape off into the sauce later. Now that's called fond, which is basically which basically means foundation. It's a fancy French term. Now I realize that most of you didn't go to culinary school, and that's cool. But if you wanna, I did, so I'll sometimes throw the terminology in there. I just like sharing the information. That's all. Now, while this is browning, we're going to take a little break. I'll come back when it is ready, and we'll move on to the next step. Yum, sausage. Guys, we're back with the sausage. Looks like we're getting towards the end of the browning process here. Now, we're just wanting to cook the sausage through, maybe get a little bit of brownness around various parts. Now, you notice all of this on the bottom, all this brown little bits. That's good flavor. You don't want to waste that. And it'll also come off in the after we add the milk. Now what we're going to do next is we're going to add our 2 tablespoons of flour, which we have right here. You want to sprinkle that all over. There we go. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. And dump it a little bit at the end. That's okay. It's all going to get mixed in, which is exactly what I'm doing right here. Now I did not drain the fat off this for one very important reason. We need that fat. Now the fat's going to combine with the flour, and as you can see the flour is kind of disappearing. The fat is combining with the flour to make what we call a roux, which is a thickening base for most like cream sauces, which basically this is. And we're also, so after that is all gone, we're going to add our milk, which I will grab right now. Here we go, in goes the milk. Now, Why we added the flour before the milk is so that we don't get lumps in our gravy. Aside from the sausage, obviously, that's going to give us the lumps that we want, not the floury lumps that we don't want. Now, I probably should have used a bigger pan, but, you know, this is a live cooking demo. Mistakes happen. I try not to make them, but this is life. Now, before I had this on, before I came back, I turned it down to medium just so we didn't overbrown the sausage while I got everything situated. We're going to turn it back up to medium-high heat. We're going to bring this to a simmer so it'll thicken. Now, the roux won't thicken at lower temperatures. You have to have a bit higher of a temperature so it'll simmer, and all the flour and the butter and the milk will kind of come together and thicken. The starch in the flour helps with that. So, that's one thing that's bad about having an electric stove. You hear everything that drops down beyond the pan. And, you know what, I'm not the most clean cook, I'll admit that. My wife, you know, she yells at me for that, but what can you do? So we're going to bring this up to a boil. Well, actually a simmer, not a boil, because you don't want to burn the milk. And we're going to do a little scraping action to get all that fond, as I was telling you before. Going to get all of that up. That just brings in a nice flavor, nice caramelized fat and wonderful goodness. Gonna crank up the heat a little bit more, mainly to just below high heat, just to speed this up a little bit. Typically I'll stay probably medium-high, but as you can see right here, I have it pretty much at high. And that's just for the sake of the video. I'm gonna just speed it up for you guys, since you guys are probably getting hungry and want to go make this yourself. I know I would. Now, while we're waiting for this to come up to temperature, what I also do is add a lot, well, not a lot, but add some pepper. Just sausage, pepper, and cream, or in this case milk, go together really, really well. Probably about 2, maybe even 3 teaspoons, which, how many of you know this? How many teaspoons is a tablespoon? That's right, 3. More on that later. Oh, actually in another video. I'll go over all like basic cooking and stuff in another video. Basic techniques. In fact, I think I might make a mini-series within my series about that. And now you see this is boiling pretty much. I'm going to turn the heat down to about medium-ish. Just let this thicken up nicely. Oh yeah. I wish you guys could smell this. It smells fantastic. Yeah, that might not smell so good because that's milk just burning on my stovetop now. But you know what? That's okay. Because I'm going to clean that up in a little bit. Alright, we're going to let this thicken up. I'm going to focus on that, make sure I don't get any more milk on my stove. And we'll see you guys in a few minutes. This in real quick. Use a bigger pan than what I use because I'm getting milk all over the place. But on a glass stovetop, just grab some glass stovetop cleaner. Comes right off. On a regular gas stove, it's a bit trickier. You have to move the grates, but yeah. I'll see you in a few. Alright, here we are with the finished gravy. As you can see, it's a nice creamy consistency. Now what we can do is look for, well, the French again, a lot of French words in cooking, called nappe, which means coats the back of the spoon. You can run your finger right through it, and if it holds its shape, basically, that means you're in a good spot. Delicious. Now, let me get this all plated up. We'll go over to the table and we'll review some stuff. Guys, thank you for watching that video. I hope you enjoyed it. Just wanted to go on a couple things. I mentioned two kind of Frenchy, kind of fancy terms. You don't have to use those in your everyday cooking. I know I don't, except when I'm at work. I use roux a lot. It's great for thickening soups, sauces, just a whole mess of stuff. Especially like a potato soup, you know, fantastic for doing that if the starch from the potatoes isn't thickening it as much as you want it to. Just if you add it to a soup, or actually a sauce for that matter, you kind of have to cook it for a little bit longer because the floury taste will still be in there. The gravy, I probably cooked it for another 10 minutes or so after I paused and came to the table. For a soup, depending on how much you make, how much roux you put in it, probably about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, just to cook that raw flour taste out. It's going to taste good regardless, but the longer you let it cook, the better it will be, the less flour flavor you will have in it. As for service options, I like mine on biscuits. Now, that's not to say that you can't put it on other stuff, because you absolutely can. If you pound out some chicken breast, bread them and lightly fry them, delicious. In fact, you can put it on country fried steak, which is traditionally served with the gravy. However, it's usually just a plain cream gravy with a lot of pepper. I believe it's called sawmill gravy, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check on that and try to put the type of gravy that is served just, you know, right here, probably in this area. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm gonna try to make one at least a couple times a month. I know I haven't been really active. Just work and life has gotten kind of chaotic sometimes, but you know, that happens because, well, it's called being an adult. And sometimes it's not that much fun. But luckily things are picking up, and hopefully I will be able to make these videos more frequently. And if you have any suggestions or ideas of videos that you want to see, please post in the comment section below. And I'm also going to try to have a link to my Facebook page for my videos, just so you guys can, well, see more of this lovely face. Yeah, right. Lovely face. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys again soon. Let's keep on eating.